Hey, what's going on? This is my first official announcement for the one-on-one shamanic retreat. Check it out. You can download the PDF for what the itinerary will look like over the 7 days here in Guadalajara, Mexico. Download that PDF, check the application. First time I've ever announced and done something like this, and it's going to be one of the biggest joys of my potential lifetime. So go ahead, check that out. Thumbs up and subscribe if you're brand new. I will see you soon. As for why this is very, very important, actually, for this particular tiger sign. And you check the timestamp for the tiger and you'll know more later. Okay, we have a full moon, a lunar event in Libra. This is specifically for the women out there in their mid-20s to mid-30s who are in the workspace trying to achieve and architect a balanced, harmonious life with how they relate to themselves, the independence that they crave as women in the world, and how to harmonize the connection that they also crave with a partner, and if not a partner who you're in love with, somebody you are in business with, somebody you may potentially work for, and putting yourself and raising yourself and lifting yourself to a position of power. A position of power where you feel I am at the head of the table. You're going to get there with the support of the tiger. And the tiger, as you see here, the moon, the lunar energy, but that triangle, that fire, that flare, this Martian energy on the full moon in Libra, is a time to manifest through action. Come into the full illumination and the devotion of your unique power, waiting to be embraced in the stillness of the night, the stillness of your soul, attracting through sensuality, through your art form, through artistic measures, without realizing and without having to force your way in. But this full moon in Libra is a time to be wise, time to use your mind on what am I architecting, what am I manifesting. This third decan full moon in Libra, after an eclipse in Aries, check out the video of the solar new moon eclipse in Aries. Check out the Neptune and Aries video. These are energies that are in opposition, okay? Which is why we're in this position where we need to actually, on this full moon, assert ourselves in power and in dignity, while simultaneously learning how to cooperate in individual, one-on-one, personal relationships that other people don't actually get to see the negotiations of, but they will feel your power. So this is the manifestation portal for love, for a relationship, in business and work, and the way in which you work hard for what you want, for the career, for the reputation that you know you deserve. But you're going to work hard in stillness, stillness in the mind. Because it's a full moon in Libra, you're actually also going to be ending very toxic relationships, which means that you might be stepping outside of someone's mentorship. You're no longer flying under the wing of somebody who you probably once respected, but a certain codependence may have been formed. You're in the process of saying, I am no longer the mentee, I'm becoming the mentor. So rock with this full moon in Libra as we get into some of the three major key aspects before we go a little bit further into what this means. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button. I read a stat recently on my channel that 74% of you are watching my video, but you are not subscribed. And you also have not hit that notification button that lets you know when a new video comes out. So I ask you kindly, help your boy out. All right? There's no reason for 74% to be unsubscribed, but y'all watching. All right? So hit that subscription. Take the time. Do it. Help me out. Support me. Bring me up and over. Get me over this 10,000 mark in 2025. Okay, now let's get into, before we get into the all signs and the horoscopes for Libra and all 12 zodiac sign horoscopes, we're going to go through more in this manifestation period by talking about the three major aspects of this full moon in Libra. Okay, so if you look up on the map here, one of the most important aspects of this full moon in Libra is to understand its ruler. Its ruler is Venus, the Venetian energy who has went invisible. All right, leading up to the full moon, she was invisible for a few weeks, and she's only starting to become visible again, maybe a week. No, I think like 3 to 5 days or so before Venus moves direct from a Venus retrograde. We must understand that we're moving at a new pace within our relationship to our finances, our relationship to how we organize our debts and the crisis that we've experienced with our finances, the mental crisis. This is Venus in Pisces that is going to quincunx Libra, and where they may have a misunderstanding is they both enjoy beauty, but they go about achieving that beauty in very different ways. And so Libra has the energy, when it's out of balance, of being overstimulated, which is what, again, this tiger is showing out of balance. So to get into balance, Libra has to adopt that fire and the focus. And so what I want you to do is get a candle, all right, on this full moon in Libra to help yourself manifest what you deserve. I want you to get a candle, and Libra gets balanced in a quincunx relationship by literally staring at the fire. And this will help you embrace your shadow of Aries, where it requires a certain amount of authenticity as well as assertive ability. Because this is really, in the Vedic side, it is ruled by Mars and Mercury. Mars primarily, who wants to build an architect. And the thing is, Venus in Libra, Venus in Pisces, which is Venus retrograde, she has gone direct, okay, on the same day. This is one of the most important aspects of this because it rules Libra. Venus goes direct on the same day. She's now visible in the sky. When Venus is invisible, she has to do the dirty work, the shadow work. And so Venus in Pisces, this is the energy of having rulership in the 8th house of psychological crisis. The crisis of what you couldn't see, the crisis of all your blessings in front of you, but we forsake them. We weren't grateful enough. We were overstimulated in the mind. Focus on things like candle gazing, all right, with that tiger energy, and you'll adopt the sensual energy necessary on this quincunx. Now, second from that, okay, Pisces is a one that will probably ask you to get through the crisis by potentially letting go of your job that you were once working, in the relationship, and if not the full job, the relationship you had in that job, and how they may not have, whoa, okay, somebody's talking, spirit, what's up? All right, I hear it again. What are you saying to me? All right. I want you, whoever the women that are listening to this right now, I want you to tap into your intuition on what's the ruffle in the jungle. That's the message. I don't know what the hell that means right now, but what is the ruffle in the jungle? And what's the jungle mean to you? Is it the internal jungle, the jungle that's happening in your mind, the mental gymnastics? All right. Who knows? So this is one of the major things. Venus going direct. She now shines light on the pearl. Okay? And you, the ladies watching right now, the women watching right now, you are the pearl. And the thing is, not every oyster that you find in the sea of Venus and Pisces will bear fruit. It will not always have a pearl, a bright shining star, a bright shining diamond. They're not all going to have it. So the thing is, you have to architect it, right? That's the energy of this. It's literally the architect of the gods. And so in this understanding of gods, you have to see yourself as that, a god or a goddess. That's Venus direct after she has gone to the underworld, gone invisible, had to go and do the dirty work within her psychology. You might have found yourself in your relationships leading up to this full moon having a little bit of a tug of war on how do I support and be mindful and caring and loving and considerate of my partner while also doing what I need to do, diving into my instinct and, advancing in a very mature and methodical way what I need to do to put myself in a position that I want to be in. How can I manage my relationship and partnership with that? And do my partner allow me to do that? Or is this a toxic relationship and connection where I don't feel free enough and I am always considerate and giving and loving, but this is being taken for granted of. Somebody's taking this connection, this cosmic connection of mine for granted, and they're actually not allowing me to be uniquely and individually and independently myself so that I can actually come to the table with somebody who equally and energetically comes to the table with the same effort and energy in this connection, this relationship of mine. So hit the thumbs up and the likes button. Remember, if you're not subscribed and you're watching, you want a 74%, subscribe. So this is one of my major aspects, okay? Now, another one of my major aspects on this is the moon will square Mars. And the moon squaring Mars literally equates to emotional conflicts. Mars in Cancer, ruled by the 5th and the 10th house, it's back to what I just said. It's like emotional conflicts on, I need to do this. I need to create this. I need to architect this. I need to manifest this. I need to love on myself in this way. And I must do it. And the battle of your job, not allowing you to take care of your mental health, not allowing you to grow in your career, grow in reputation, move forward in a way in which is literally impacting your mind and your spirit. Your job's like, I'm not trying to hear about your spiritual wellness. What is spiritual wellness? Get to work. Put that project on my desk. Give me these results. And it's like, this full moon is saying something within this dynamic within my work and business is not allowing me to architect and build what actually creatively means something true and dear to my heart, which you may not fully understand. But if you allow me to do this, I'm going to better produce in this workspace. But if I'm not allowed to do this, then I'm going to feel stifled and choked, and I'm going to feel like it's not worth disciplining my efforts and my energy and my mind to give you what you want, but while I can't get what I need. And so that's what's going to happen with the moon squaring, the moon in Libra, full moon in Libra squaring Mars in Cancer, because Mars has already gone through its retrograde, and so it's only getting further and further out of the Mars shadow period. And so I think in May or so, it might be out of the shadow. And once that happens, it's like, we're working towards it, baby. And this Aries season, the Aries is like, it's time for me. It's time to put me first. What you mean you're not going to put me first? I'm going to put me first then. All right, ladies, you hear me? So the last aspect that we have on this is a trine to Jupiter, which gives you, which is Jupiter's also moving direct, it's also moving forward, and it should be close to out of its shadow because it stopped a long time ago. Jupiter retrograde ended a long time ago now. It's ruling in Gemini, okay? You find an expansion by walking in your neighborhood and talking to somebody at the post office, or, a girl in a high position and status at the gym. She gonna say, yo, girl, you going through what? Oh, no, sister. I got something for you. I got a job. No, I got a job. No, I got this opportunity. What you making? If you don't mind sharing, what you making, girl? And it's going to be a relationship where unconsciously this conversation will happen because that's how Gemini operates. It just unconsciously says, what you making, girl? It's not worried about you being offended about, this job makes more and you make less. It's not worried about that. Gemini's going to So by you engaging in these sporadic and spontaneous relationships and connections and conversations on the full moon in Libra, during and leading up to it, while Venus is going direct, where we value our monies and we value the way in which we generate income, okay, is more clear now after the retrograde in Venus. The Venus retrograde is saying, look, are you clearly valuing yourself? You're clearly ready to collect your inheritance, okay? You have an inheritance from another lifetime in Pisces, from a different and parallel reality in Pisces, that spontaneously is going to drop into your head in one of these random conversations that might be helping you through a tremendous and current crisis on this full moon in Libra. She'll be like, girl, and then you'll be like, you know what? I don't normally do this. I don't normally talk about my pay, but I'm making about $60,000 a year. And you doing all that work? Okay, damn. I got a job that on entry point with raises and benefits and vacations and dental and time for your mental health and spiritual wellness and alignment, to have time to align, to take vacations, to take retreats, to go and do your hair, to get your nails done without worrying about the bills. We're going to get you about $83,000 a year. Damn, I'm about to get a $23,000 salary increase. And so this is where the trine in Jupiter says, though, you have to be bold enough to have that unconscious conversation, to have that sporadic interaction at the post office, in your local environment, okay, at the market, at the grocery store. You need to be willing to have these things. And when you feel that urge to just go somewhere and get in your car or get in your bike and go somewhere, but it don't make sense, but you feel it, damn, I just need to go to Starbucks today. I don't know what it is. I just feel like I'm really craving a caramel macchiato or whatever them things are called. And then you just go and you get it. And then, boom, Jupiter is going to enhance your relationships and give you a career advancement in a way that you couldn't really think about consciously. All right. You couldn't really be truly intentional about it, because Libra is about intentionality, but Gemini is not a very super duper intentional sign. It's kind of more of an accidental logic and thought process. Okay. So those are the three major aspects that I have on this full moon when it comes to you manifesting in love and business. The architected relationship, the intentional Libra relationship that you're going to actually get to by sporadic and accidental conversations through transportations in random areas that you weren't previously looking at. So hit the thumbs up on the likes button. If you're one of those 74% that's not subscribed, but you're watching this video, subscribe, baby girl. All right. And let's get into the all 12 signs and the horoscopes for each zodiac. I love you. I will see you soon. Subscribe. And if you are somebody who needs that mental health, that wellness, that spiritual alignment, I am running a one-on-one retreat, okay, in the arts of shamanism. And so this is something where we're going to go through different purification rituals and manifestations. We're going to be going through basically the four elements: fire, earth, air, and water. And we're going to add that fifth element, which is what we can't see, the subtle energies as well. So I'm going to be teaching you different things of shamanism, but in person, how to work and how to go through scrying and through water, how to use water to help you scry and see more deeply into your soul, aka Venus direct in Pisces, water sign, boom. Okay, valuing yourself, seeing that reflection, awesome. How to focus on channeling and doing so with your ancestors, but going beyond just the ancestors of the past. I'm talking about the ancestors of the futures, the ones you have not yet met, and really connecting with that cosmic force. We're going to be working through the channeling. You're going to get certified in angelic Reiki and astrosurgery. What is astrosurgery? Quick note, is literally being in the Akashic space, being in the Akashic records, and working on yourself in ways that the doctors physically are not going to be able to successfully do, because they're not including spiritual wellness into their practice. Okay, they're looking at your symptoms and they're healing and managing that, but you're trying to focus on the source, and that's what the North Node in Pisces. Pisces, again, that's what North Node Pisces. So again, if you're interested in this, I want you to go and check the application. There's a one-on-one application, and I put up there, like, I don't know, 15 frequently asked questions about this one-on-one retreat. That is just the biggest joy for my heart. Wow, somebody just texted me who is actually interested in the one-on-one retreat as I talk about this. Let's go. Talk about manifestations on this full moon coming after an Aries eclipse, a solar new moon eclipse. This is a life-changing, sit at the head of the table moment. All right. Anybody that's not rocking with you and willing for you to treat yourself the way you know you need to, then you need to. Because remember, this full moon in Libra has a Martian energy of cutting things off that disturb your mind and make you overstimulated and erratic, making you feel like you need to cut No, you need to cut a substance, a thing, potentially a person. You don't really need to cut nobody tires, okay? Don't let that crazy be directed in the wrong area. Let that crazy help you manifest in alignment. So let's get into the all 12 zodiac signs and forecasts and horoscopes. Thank you for subscribing. Consider joining the one-on-one application for the retreat. Otherwise, if you're looking for a membership, a community, you have that, all right, at a lower ticket price, and we can go ahead and talk about that as well. So I'm taking one-on-one readings. Other than that, let's get into your horoscopes. Aries, what habits are you married to that deals with low self-worth in the relationships that you're involved with other people? That's the full moon in Libra and what it wants you to close out. As for the habits and the substances that you use to escape, to find yourself further away while Venus is now direct, going back into your sign essentially very soon, working in the department of self-worth. It is time to take care and treat yourself and your relationship with others in a way that no longer overstimulates your mind, but instead makes you feel safe, passionate, and sensual. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button and subscribe to your brand new Aries. Love. Taurus, what ideas do you need to share with the communities that are actually a little bit different than yourself? As you pull your thoughts together, Venus in your sign is now direct on the same day of the full moon in Libra, which is literally asking you to not just take care of yourself, but to support the people that you're working with and help them out. Do a service to them that will ultimately give back and help you. As Venus in your sign again is direct on this full moon in Libra, you will soon move into the 12th house of losing something, hopefully not yourself, but at the end of the day, you will gain so many more blessings that are hidden and unseen. Hit the thumbs up if you agree and subscribe if you are brand new. I love you. Gemini, your emotional foundation is going through a closure, a cutting away, something you once depended on for a comfort that is something you felt, okay, I need this. Mentally was not necessarily very helpful, as Venus direct happens on the same day of the full moon in Libra, which wants you to close out so you can better manifest a relationship and a connection with self, is actually going through a tremendous makeover. So if you agree and you resonate with that, Gemini, hit the thumbs up and the likes button and let these habits close out that will emotionally tie you to a self-worth that came from potentially a parent or someone controlling in your life, but also very nurturing, but is also not aligned. If you agree and you recognize that, say I am aligned in the chat and hit the thumbs up. Love, Gemini. Cancer, you're starting to find meaning in the relationships you had with your parents growing up, in the ways in which they brought you a sense of philosophy that is higher, different, more free, and places of being liberated. These concepts and thought processes on this Venus direct, same day of the full moon in Libra, will still provide a little bit of tension because Libra and Cancer square each other where they don't necessarily fully understand each other of how and when is emotions the way that you make decisions, and how do you make decisions through the mind, and where does the balance between the two come out. As you discover that and get in tune with that, you'll start to spontaneously find solutions to your day-to-day problems with emotions and peoples that you relate with or not. Hit the thumbs up and likes button, Cancer. We'll see you soon. Leo, you've been going through a crisis in the mind, and the full moon in Libra is actually helping you cut away certain discussions and conversations of low self-worth. It's taking away from you habits in ways that you have dealt with addiction. Now, as Venus goes direct on the same day of the full moon in Libra, what you will likely discover is a way to better nurture yourself like the adult that you are today. And that is something actually tremendously beautiful, because when it comes down to it, you're now dealing with the crisis of being connected energetically to other people in brand new ways. But these ways will become very spontaneous, and it's going to start with you valuing yourself in ways you've never had before, like the king or queen that you are. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button, Leo. We'll see you soon.
Virgo. You're one of the main people who actually will likely go through some sort of a split with the relationship you have with another person. Now that Venus is direct on the same day of the full moon in Libra, your worth, your self-esteem, the things that you value about yourself, and the things that you value about the way in which you have progressed and climbed and actually architected a new version of you, is in a process of makeover and identity coming after that Aries eclipse. If you rock with this and you understand that right now you're in a really good place and you know what you need to do to be and stay in a good place, cut away on this Libra full moon anything that does not belong to you. Thumbs up and likes button, Virgo. We'll see you soon.
Libra, you're the star of this show, and you've been going through a crisis likely in your workspace environment with other people. And this crisis has not allowed you to inherit your true gifts, your true resurrection after the death of something very painful and difficult for you. Your career right now, it really matters to you, but so does your mental health. And if it overstimulates your mind, doesn't allow you to actually take time to be sensual and loving and peaceful and harmonious with yourself, then there's likely a tremendous change happening, because Venus is your ruler, and Venus direct after a retrograde on the same day of a full moon in your sign is karmic. Let me say so myself, especially coming after an eclipse. Solar new moon in Aries is a brand new time for you to take care of yourself and put me first in the workspace, where they pay you what you deserve and they give you the time to rest and take breaks because you deserve it. Thumbs up if you agree and say, I deserve it. Scorpio, you're likely breaking up with a group of people or a group of mindsets that really felt like they were the best at what they do. That doesn't necessarily mean it wasn't true, but what they were reflecting and projecting to you is you're the best at what you do, and you deserve that credit that you know you deserve. So any crisis you've been going through within communities or others, it's time to actually let it come to a close and take the higher meaning behind and new philosophies that were gained from such experiences that may or may not have been so traumatic. What you're learning is not everything needs to be done the hard way, and sometimes letting go is the simplest thing that you can do. Venus is now direct on this full moon in Libra, and Libra is that relative sign to you, that opposite, that brother who at the end of the day is bringing you something super duper tremendous, loving, and more harmonious. So if you're ready to accept that not everything has to be hard and you can walk in sensuality, thumbs up and let us know. Sagittarius, you've been going through an emotional challenge, something that at the end of the day has not allowed you to fully grasp everything that you are worth and solidify your status in the world at large in the way in which you give back, help, nurture, and support others. Can you do that for yourself, Sagittarius? That is the key. If and when you do, here's the beauty. Your mind will relieve itself and it will find itself less stimulated, especially not overstimulated, and more sensual, compassionate. Fire is your weapon right now. Stare at fire, Sagittarius, to remind yourself of the worth that you have and that the status that you earned, so that you can better give to humanity and find meaning in all the difficult experiences that you have had. On this Libra full moon, while Venus is direct, it is time to value your emotional foundation and how it has allowed you to blast off from something solid. Thumbs up, Sag. Capricorn, is very likely you're about to get rewarded in a huge way. Rewarded not necessarily in public, but in private with you yourself. And understanding now the way in which you have taken care of your creative projects, the projects that don't have anything to do with the work that you may do in the real world, the things that are more dear to your heart, things that you're willing to kill and die for. You pouring energy into those projects and expressions are what is allowing you in your own workspace and career to gain and earn in a way that not everybody's going to see it, but you're going to feel it. And so understand, this may not necessarily directly translate to money on this Libra full moon, but it's very possible because now that Venus is direct, she is spontaneously having conversations with you through spirit. And if you can listen to what can't be seen, you will understand what your blessings are. Ha! Don't be so mean. Aquarius, this Libra full moon likely has switched up your schedule and changed your everyday routines, especially when it comes to how you relate and connect energetically with your partner. The things that you're sharing, whether it's space or energy, is starting to actually mean a lot more to you. And you're coming to terms with this within your relationship when it comes to balancing your partnership and your lover, as well as the work that you do in the world that has tremendous meaning. Now that Venus is going direct, Aquarius, you will find that the money that you have generated is starting to materialize. It's no longer hidden. It's now getting ready to disseminate and be shared towards things spontaneously that at the end of the day, they're going to mean a lot to your heart, and they're going to mean a lot for the efforts that you put and the things that you do in the world. This Venus direct has you valuing yourself in a whole new way. Hit the thumbs up, Aquarius. Pisces, there's a lot of transactions going on because you've come into tremendous abundance. And the thing is, Venus direct in your sign on the same day of the full moon in Libra now has you learning how to invest these earnings spontaneously, placing them in what may seem chaotic to your partner or somebody you're connected to is actually making a lot of sense because the divine has a direct connection with you right now on this Libra full moon. And the reality is you might have some tumultuous times with your partner because you're trying to figure out how can I share these things and also still make sure that I'm taking care of myself, because right now you're not in a self-sabotaging area of your life. You're in a it's time to do me during Aries season and still be compassionate and loving and gentle and devotional to my energetic connection through any and all crisis. You will make it, Pisces, and you already are. So just come to the conclusion, understanding how well you have done. Thumbs up.